Alright, so I've managed to get Camtasia opened in time. Welcome to Dan's Trades. We have a paper trade on today. I was debating on just doing tape reading all week, as I'm doing some resetting. And here's a view of everything. ES is in this quadrant. YM is up here. Dixie's up on the top right, and the NQ is on the bottom right. I am looking for 5 points with a runner down to, I just threw this down there. Let's see, I actually want to see, I'm going to move this down here because this is really interesting, I find. I mean, here's where I think it's going to go, or here's where it might go, whatever. I'm anticipating it potentially going down because we have relative equal lows down here from the overnight sessions, which are literally to the tick. That's not how bottoms typically form. So if it gets excited, we'll see if it jumps down there. If it doesn't, we're fine with that too. Not in a normal time window I wanted, but that's why I'm doing some testing here. Saw this nice displacement, took out this low, returned into the fair value gap. I just put it up here at 5 points. 20 tick stop loss, 21 tick limit, and then with a runner. Could it be right here? Yes. If it goes above this fair value gap, I'll probably cut it early anyway, so I'll probably close it before it gets all the way. But that's where we're going to leave it right now. Just let it cook. Not liking the morning whatsoever. That's why there's no live trades going on. As you see, the NQ and the ES, I'll just pop this over. NQ is definitely the weakest index of the morning. YM is doing its own thing up here, just literally took off at the opening bell, which is unlike YM compared to the others. Usually they all take off together, and it was different takeoff patterns for sure. I mean, look at the NQ over here at 9:30. Yeah, it jumped up and it dropped way down. ES jumped up and consolidated. YM jumped up and never even came back. So I'm not real excited about today, which I like, because nothing should be exciting here. I think I'm getting really close because I'm getting bored, and that's a good sign, I think. The more boring I get, the more this becomes work, the better it's going to have results. But I appreciate you being out. We're just going to let this run and see what happens. I might step away, may or may not be talking much. So thank you to those that have joined the channel. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate the people leaving comments that are saying it's helping them. So good. I'm glad. People need to be able to get this figured out, take care of themselves and their families. So we got a couple volume imbalances, came back down, laid some paint over that. Some liquidity down here, liquidity down here, liquidity down here. That was the idea behind the trade. NQ's been a little exciting over here, but basically just consolidating. There we go. See if this forms any type of imbalance or not, or if you get an immediate rebalance. Just a low here, 56.2850, within a tick, so there's a 1 tick imbalance there right now. There it is. See where it closes in 17 seconds. Efficiently delivered in that tiny area. And Q over here is efficiently delivering. It's a Dixie doing up here. Dixie's running higher, so that should help with any downside movement in the indexes. What I do need to start incorporating, which I haven't done yet on a day-to-day basis, and I'm all about building my process, is looking at Forex just to look at it for a big picture. Cable and the euro. Be a good idea. Get that added in. I'll work on that. Everything's always a work in progress. You're never done. Always tweaking, always learning, always working on getting better. I like seeing the dollar moving up here. Dollar's been in a free fall. I shouldn't say free fall, but obviously on a daily basis. This is a daily chart right here on the top right. Dollar moving down, so we came down into these areas, so looking for to see if we have a bounce back up or not. Obviously we see inside of today we are currently on a slight upswing while this trade is on, so that is a helpful confluence to see the Dixie rallying while you're short. See if we come down and take this out for our bread and butter 5 points plus 1 tick, because 21's a good number. If it turns at 20, I'm going to tell it it's in trouble. NQs, there we go. Partial taken. Stop to profit. Let the runner run. That gives me time to go get a new coffee, Philip. I'll be right back. All right. Well, that was a nice trade. We've had 1 hour of trading now. We just hit the 10:37 time, New York. Let's take a look what we got going on here. Let's look at the 15-minute chart a little bit bigger. We have 56.30.75 is the low. 50. I don't need to see that. Get out of the way. You've done your job. 56.30.75. Huh. Imagine that. Let's do this for a second. That is an immediate rebalance, but we got 5 more minutes until the 15-minute candle's done. Let's draw a little quick line. Well, I don't need to draw a line on it. It'll bring everything else back. Do we have any inefficiencies in here? Let's take a look. There's a volume imbalance that it's laying paint over right here. See if it stays below this. $15-minute volume imbalance. Fair value gap right here. But just because it's, I should say it's an inefficiency. And let's see if it's going to be an inversion one. Now, as price has come down to it, traded through it, then left, we had a buy side imbalance over here. So I'd like to see, anticipating it closing down and then using this as resistance and then run lower. And what else do we got here on the way? Here's another imbalance. You get a volume imbalance, you get a volume imbalance. All right, 4 more minutes. If it takes it out, I don't care. I've already paid the trader. Let's put it at TBD right now until it is. We'll see if it's going to be support or not, or if it's going to become an inversion for a value gap. Do we have anything else just out of curiosity on the way down? Here's a target down here, breakaway gap. Some 3 relative equal lows there. Definitely some liquidity waiting for us. No, I don't want to delete the template. Sell side, 15-minute. If I had more runners, I'd take one off there, but that's fine. I'm curious to see if it'll get all the way to these. I'm going to put it at the body. So here's the lows I was talking about. 56.10.75. 56.11. Oh, one tick. 56.10.75. 56.11. Alright, what's NQ doing over here? NQ's moving down. YM's just doing whatever it wants to do up here because it's the brat. I know I mentioned in my talks before that I was I'm watching 2023, 100% loving it. I am waiting on a call, so if I jump out of that, it's not you. It's got some stuff coming. I'm waiting for a phone call, but just warning you. It's really interesting timing. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm watching all of 2023 mentorship from ICT because I haven't seen a lot of it. And it's really interesting what he talks about when I see it. I watched the episode from April 11th and 12th last night is where I'm up to. And he talks about skydiving. I thought that was hilarious because I am the skydiver. That is my Discord handle. I have jumped out of an airplane. Yes, it was a perfectly good one, and I understand, but I love that I'm using that to build my process because there was so much process. So it was really interesting to hear that I've talked about it and thought about it, and then I watch a recording and he talks about it. You can't make this shit up. I don't understand how it happens sometimes. There's a reason things happen, believe it or not. Timing is everything. I've said timing is everything for my whole life, even before I was trading. Started out with cars, firing order, firing timing. 8 degrees before top dead center. Fuel efficiency. Relate that over to the markets, and timing is still everything. Everything is run on time. I'm just a novice. I'm going to call it novice to intermediate. It will never be mastered. Here we go. So we close below. It's 10:45 now. So we got a new 15-minute candle formula. Let's see if this acts as resistance. We have a confirmed close below. So it can be an inversion fair value gap now. Need to lay pain over this volume imbalance. Obviously touched it. Staying right there. Consequent encroachment. Let's drop back down and see what's going on in the lower time frames on ES. Diagnostics run on another computer. And Q, YM still nothing. Literally just doing nothing. It is Monday. Happy Monday. Let's see. Nice breakaway gap for the majority of that. I don't know if so if that breaks, yeah, that's a good stop. I'll leave the stop right there. I was just looking to see if I could maybe do anything with it, but it's fine. The body's closing right here. 56.26 and a half. Which is also the low of this 30-minute time frame. See if it treats that as resistance and sends price lower. Or if it comes back up and hits the stop, then we're done. It's fine. Coming up on a macro to run in a minute. 1050 macro. That's what these are down here. These are extended macros, but the real macro is 1050 to 1110. So let's see what happens in 40 seconds. Maybe the macro will wake up YM. It's a little lackadaisical. Dollar is still moving up. Had a little slight retracement. Daily perspective, it's doing nothing. It's almost a invisible candle at that point. Alright, consequent encroachment of that inversion fair value gap. Close below. Look at that. Imagine that. Look at where the body closed. Alright, now we're in the macro. Let's see what the macro does. This is where it excites retail traders. Gets them all hopped up on goofy balls. All right, body closed once on the lower portion of that inversion fair value gap. If you don't know, 1 PD array, 2 PD arrays, 3 PD arrays, and it's something else. Oh, look, selling pressure's coming in. Sorry, Dan. See? Getting retail traders excited. Little candle on YM. Dixie just took a big retracement. Actually, big retracement, just a retracement back. So whenever they move together, someone's lying. Someone's always lying in the market. All right, another minute. Close at the bottom of that fair value gap. Price is just hanging around right there. Welcome to Monday. Let's see, can I do any other interesting things here that makes sense? So many bits and pieces, I don't want to try to confuse. What's the 5-minute chart look like? So let's see. Smart money reversal. At the low risk sell? Did I get the low risk sell, or is that the... Oh, it's a 5-minute though. Low risk sell is probably up here. First stage, second stage. We might see some movement here in a minute. It's about that time. I want to see some speed cut through this most recent one that I actually got the first profit off on. This is where we got our first trade. There's obviously some liquidity below that right now. So it should come down. I'm anticipating it to quickly bust through here. It'd be really cool to see it bust through this fair value gap. Let's try this again. Might do something like this. Boy, it's awfully jumpy. Just a small retracement and then down through it. And it might hit it, and then it might come down here. Something like that, maybe. We definitely respected that inversion fair value gap. Volume imbalance. What was that, a 15-minute volume imbalance? Is that what I drew that on? You think I'm tricking you, you're wrong. Wait till your memory starts going. Haha. Tiny fair value gap right there. We traded into once. I love the 15-minute chart. Relative equal lows right there we staffed through. That was our first Yahtzee. We're just hanging around 20 ticks, 19 in profit. Dixie's rallying again, or moving up again. YM still doing nothing. We're back at blackjack. I love it. 22 now. See if we can make a move. Or I can just, this is where I should just walk away. Let you guys watch it. See, that should be here. This should be here. We wanted to see it come down here. Should what I'd really anticipate. I'm gonna have to look and see how old this liquidity is. Or is that new? Did I just draw that? Is that my recent 15? Yep. All right, sweet. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I'll be back. Well, hello. How are you? Good. All right, what's going on over here? Looks like not my prediction, but that's fine. And we are stopped out. All right, that's cool. So there you go. There's a good example of I'm wrong and I'm still profitable. That's beautiful. I'll take it. So where did... What did we make here? 56.2375, 56.2375. We got equal lows. That will be a target later. Hasn't made it back up to that. So it's back up to our original entry area, which is fine. So it stopped out here when I was on my phone call. That's cool. Time is it now? 11:26. What's Dixie's consolidating? Looks like what's the high on this? 56.30, 56.30. Look at this huge higher high on NQ. That's some SMT happening there. What's and the YM is finally moving down. Okay. All right. well, I think we'll cut her there. That was a good morning trade. And we'll close up shop. So appreciate you hanging around. Sorry I was gone. It was my phone call. It is what it is. You got your own tape reading. Until next time, remember, tomorrow is promised for no one. Live for today, and please be safe. Take care.